You can see, this is our home page. Click the button on the middle to get started. Then we get to Login page. Here you can make an account or login via your email. I will go with Google Sign In. Okay, after that, you redirect to My Event page. You can create event here, and also you can see your hosting events and what events you attend. By tapping the profile icon, you can edit profile details here. Create event by clicking this button. You can enter the event name and event type here. You can also choose an image for the event and adjust or crop it as needed. Next, choose the event, start date and time, and press OK. Here, you can add information about your event or write a description. Use the toolbar to format your text with various styling options. You can also set a location for your event. It can be either a physical or virtual location. For virtual events, you can add a Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, YouTube, or any other meeting link. For physical events, simply search for and select your location here. If your event has an agenda, you can set it up here. Add an agenda name, date, and time for each item. You can also include a subtitle and a detailed description to provide more information. Here, you can choose whether your event is free or paid. We will be integrating payment methods in a future update to support paid events. Here, you can set the capacity for your event. You have two options. Choose Unlimited if there is no attendee limit, or set a maximum guest count to control the number of participants. You can also enable approval for event registrations. When someone registers for the event, an administrator can review the request and choose to approve or decline it. The attendee will then receive an email notification informing them whether their registration has been accepted or rejected. On the left side, you'll find the Theme Editor. Here you can customize the page background by adding animations, images, fonts, colors, and other design elements to match your event's style. After completing all the details, click the Create Event button. Your event is now live. Here, you can view the event details, including the event name, event card, date and time, and location. You can also share the event, add hosts, or edit the event details at any time. You'll also see the invitation status, including the number of accepted, pending, and declined responses. Using the Invite tab, you can view all guest information, including who has accepted the invitation, who has declined, and who is attending. In the Settings tab, you'll find the Registration toggle. Use it to open or close registrations for your event whenever needed. You can also add custom registration questions here. These questions will be shown to attendees during the registration process. Simply create a question, choose the question type, and configure the available answer options as needed. Here, you can add co-hosts to help manage your event, just as mentioned earlier. Co-hosts can assist with organizing and managing the event. If you want to remove the event, simply click the Delete button. This will permanently delete the event. Now, let's open the event page. This is what your event page looks like after it's created. You can view the host's name, see who's attending, and access all the event details in one place. The registration is currently closed because we turned it off earlier. Let's enable it again. As you can see, the registration is now open and attendees can register for the event. Now, let's check our mailbox. As you can see, we've received an email confirming that our event is now live. Inside the email, you can invite guests again or share the event directly with others. This is how you can join the event. Simply click the Attend button. As you can see, the status changes to We're Going. You can also see how many people are attending the event. As I mentioned earlier, you can view the list of attendees and access each user's details. Click on a user's profile to see their activity timeline, including their registration time, status updates, and other event-related information. Once you register for the event, you'll receive a confirmation email. The email includes all of your registration details, along with a QR code and a downloadable PDF containing everything you need to know about the event, making check-in quick and easy. Now, let's invite someone to the event. Click the Invite tab and enter the email address of the person you'd like to invite. You can also attach a CSV or any other event-related file from here. Once you've added the recipient, click Add. You can also create a custom invitation template from this page, although that feature is still under development. Next, click Next, write a personalized message if you'd like, and then click Send Invite to deliver the invitation. Great! The invitation has been sent. Now, let's check our mailbox. As you can see, we've received the invitation email. From here, you can accept the invitation, open the event page to view more details, or decline the invitation if you're unable to attend. Here, you can check in attendees using the QR code Scanning Gateway. Simply scan each attendee's QR code to verify their registration and confirm their attendance at the event. Here, you can view all your events in the Events tab. Under the Hosting section, you'll find the events you've created or are hosting. Under the Attending section, you can see all the events you've registered for and are planning to attend. Now, let's see how to add a co-host. Enter the email address of the person you want to invite as a co-host, then send the invitation. The co-host invitation will be sent to their email address. You can also go to the Settings page to track the status of the invitation and see whether it's pending, accepted, or declined. Now, let's check the mailbox. As you can see, the co-host invitation email has arrived. The invited user can open the Events tab to view the invitation and choose to accept or decline it. Now, let's accept the invitation. As you can see, we can now help manage the event as a co-host. You'll also notice the co-host badge displayed on the event page, indicating your co-host role. Now, I'm going to log out and sign back in with the host account to check the event details. As you can see, the co-host invitation status has been updated. From here, you can also remove a co-host if needed. In addition, you have the option to delete the event or delete your profile from the account settings. These are the main features currently available in our system. Finally, let's visit the Discover Events page. Here, you can see the event we created listed among the available events. That's it. Thank you for watching, and we hope this walkthrough helped you understand how to use our event management system.